Hello everyone and welcome to an exciting episode of Erongo Talk. My name is Leandrea Louw and I'll be your host for today. Now today Erongo Talk is coming to you all the way from the Namibia Tourism Expo happening at the SKV Sports Grounds here in Windhoek. Now the Erongo Talk team is going to be here the entire week to show you what's happening here. And I must say the atmosphere is fantastic. Today is going to be the first day. Now for our interview today, we're going to chat to the CEO of Namibia Media Holdings, which is the boss of my boss, Mr. Albe Botha, who is going to tell us what we can expect at the expo this year. As usual, I'm going to bring you some news all the way from Erongo region, the weather and tides, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. And now it's time for your news, brought to you from the Namibia Tourism Expo here from Windhoek, where the Erongo Talk team is going to kuier this week. Now, last night Namibia Media Holdings hosted its annual award ceremony, and if you follow us on social media, you would have seen that the Erongo Talk team took Team of the Year award. So kudos to us. But we couldn't have done it without our loyal fans or our social media that likes, that shares. Every view counts at the end of the day. Now to get into our news. Now the Swakopmund Promenade is being expanded to the Plaza Meer shopping center after Nedbank Namibia made a 50,000 Namibian dollars available for this purpose. Now the bank presented the donation. Now with us here on Erongo Talk for the Meer Town Council, who in turn made the money available to the town. Now I would like to thank Nedbank Namibia for the noble gesture, as not only does this reduce the financial outlay for the council, but it also benefits our residents who like to jog and walk on the beach for health and fitness reasons, said Deputy Mayor Acerta Marsh. Now, according to Nedbank's Richard Meeks, 30,000 Namibian dollars came from the bank, while the remaining 20,000 Namibian dollars came from the Nedbank Desert Dash. Now, the expansion of the promenade should be completed in December because Plaza Meer has become our home in Swakopmund for the Nedbank Desert Dash, he said. Now, once again, more than 1,000 cyclists are participating in the race that starts in Windhoek on the 12th of December and covers 373 kilometers to Swakopmund before ending there on the 13th. Now the Swakop Promenade begins at the aquarium and is around 4 kilometers long. Now it currently ends around 800 meters from the Plaza Meer shopping center. Now in the first half of the year, usually in March, now there's our second story. The minister tables the national budget in Parliament, which sets out planned expenditures and revenues by the government over the medium term. Now the purpose of the mid-year budget review is to provide an update on the progress of the original budget tabled in March. Now here the minister will provide an update on the economic context and outlook, how much of the budgeted revenue has been collected, how much of the budgeted expenditure has been spent, and whether any relocations need to be made within the budget from one priority area to the next, explained Rusa Nandango, an economist at FNB Namibia. Now, in this year's review, the minister also provided an update on the economic stimulus and the relief package that was announced earlier this year. All in all, the budget is really an accountability and transparency mechanism because it allows us to scrutinize how public finances are being managed. Now, furthermore, the economy was already in a recessionary environment before COVID-19, and this was worsened by the impact of lockdown measures, which essentially closed off certain parts of the domestic and global economy. But I'm not going to dwell a lot into that, because you can check out our website at www.erongo.com.na. And it doesn't mean because the Erongo Talk team is here at the expo, there's no news happening on the website. So you can still check out the latest news happening at www.erongo.com.na.
Here we come! Woo!
Now, with us here on Erongo Talk for the first time ever is the big boss himself, the CEO of Namibia Media Holdings, Mr. Albe Botha. How are you today, Albe?
Yes, it's very shameful that you have to come to Winter to get an interview with me. I feel baie skuldig now. You've got me, my friend.
No, we got you. We got you, Albe. That's all that matters. Now, Albe, we're at the Namibian Tourism Expo. The opening is slated for later today. Can you tell us what can the public expect from this year's NTE?
So it's fair to say that tourism in this country is in a very difficult position right now. And what we've tried to do with the Expo this year is to be part of government's processes of reviving tourism and the message of tourism. And we've been happy to be part of this process for 22 years. And so we're very excited to be part of this Expo for this year. And it's just about the message of celebrating this wonderful country and what it has to offer. And so this is the reason why we continued with the Expo this year.
Yes. Now, there's a lot of entertainment. The vibe is lekker. Now, can you tell us, Albe, what precautions did Namibia Media Holdings take to ensure the safety of our public since we still find ourselves in the COVID-19 pandemic?
So firstly, it's working at a venue that didn't tempt us to go too big to start off with. So making it significantly less. So we are, instead of having over 200 exhibitors, we have about 100 exhibitors this year. And we deliberately took that decision so that we can manage the temptation. So yes, we would like you to come and visit, but appreciate that we are going to manage numbers. So tonight, for instance, for the first time, we're only allowing the exhibitors and their guests to be here tonight. If anybody from the public wants to enter, they must enter the entertainment area, which is zoned off totally separately. So tonight already is an example of how we're managing the numbers to make it significantly less. So you're more than welcome to come tonight, but tonight it is for the exhibitors on the exhibit side. And if you want to see everything, you need to buy entertainment tickets. Definitely. The rest of the week is the same. We've did lower the price of the tickets from $100 to $50 this year, given that it is tough. Yes. But more specifically, that even at $50, those tickets are also limited. So you'll get to a point that we'll have to say, sorry, sir, but there aren't any tickets left. So if you want to make sure you want to get tickets, please buy them online, eticket.my.na, and then you know you've got your ticket. And I think that the message for tonight is clear. The message for tomorrow night is clear. Of course, KG is singing tomorrow night, so we're sure everybody will come and listen to him. So, but more importantly, Friday is always a challenge. And so, unfortunately, we're going to have to show people a way. And please accept this in the name of managing COVID and managing numbers. So we don't want to be difficult. We just want to be safe.
Exactly. Now, are there any of the shows going to be live streamed or anything like that, Albe?
Yes, so in the name of managing, so usually when you have a music show, you have 10, 20, 30,000 people, or we're not even close to those numbers. And so in that regard, unfortunately, the tickets are a bit more. $200 gives you access to an entertainment ticket, which I think is not much given that you're getting 6 shows every night. But more specifically, even those tickets are limited. We've created little houses, little safe havens, so that you and your friends can sit safely around the table, enjoy the evening. We had the privilege last night of having our year-end function there. It was very nice. So we know how the atmosphere is really wonderful. But in that process, the tickets are limited. So to make sure that everybody can still share in this wonderful vibe, we are streaming every single show that we're having live on all our platforms. So please follow us. We will actively share them on social media. We are sharing them on our websites as well. So sometimes social media has issues with copyright issues, and then they may cut us. So we'll make sure that should they cut us, that you can still, by pressing the link on your social media page, go to our websites, and then you can still carry on watching the entire show without being cut. So we'll really make sure that if you follow the link, you'll get to the show, and you can then be part of the energy without being there. So exactly. We had long discussions in the beginning whether we should just be virtual, and we've done that. We did the career fair, but we realized that in itself it doesn't have the vibe. So all of us that are coming to the expo, actually all the extras, we're creating the vibe so that the rest of us that watch at home can see us as extras that are watching this. Yes.
All bases have been covered. Now, Albe, a lot of event planners decided to cancel majority of their events. Why did NMH decide to soldier on? Is it because the tourism industry was hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic? Because I would like to see this as a beacon of hope.
of course, it's about tourism because we committed to tourism more than 22 years ago and promoting the industry. But I think this year is a lot more than just tourism. It's about that narrative of hope, as you quite rightly say. And tourism is that beacon that's carrying the flag. But it could have been any other industry. We just happen to be committed to tourism, and therefore, yes, this expo is about promoting tourism. But it's not just about tourism. It is a beacon of hope. That's why we brought in the music festival this year, again with very limited numbers. And we know music creates that vibe of hope. We're excited about KG coming to the country because I think the whole video that he created a sense of hope. And so we're very excited for him to be part of this process. I think he's landing sometime today.
Cool.
So we're very excited about that. So yes, it is really about hope. And yes, we recognize that COVID is not gone. We're very happy that the numbers are significantly down, and that we're really managing it very well, and so we're excited about that as well. But at the same time, life does carry on, and it's been really tough. I know the world has taken it tough, but for us as Namibians as well.
Exactly.
So a big part of this whole engagement is being outside, because we know it's a lot safer outside, and that's why it's not under a tent or anything. It's in the open,
Yes.
and through that we can make sure that we are much safer.
Exactly. Now, Albe, you've been involved in the expo for a number of years now. What is your personal favorite thing about the expo?
I haven't had that question for a long time. Now I've got to think, because this is not just an answer I want to give just because you're asking the question.
Yes.
I think what I really appreciate about the expo every year is that energy that it creates when people come together and all Namibians, and we just share this wonderful country for 4 or 5 days together. And of course, the issues don't go away.
Yes.
But there's a moment of, okay, we're together, it's a wonderful country, and we're celebrating that. And we see that every year at the expo. This year we have to manage that downwards. So one of the things that we did as well, for instance, is that yes, there is wine tasting, but it's a lot less. Yes, there's beer tasting, but it's a lot less. So we've also managed those establishments down so that if that's the main reason that you're coming to the expo, then maybe you shouldn't be coming.
True. So what are you expecting to see, or the one thing when you heard now NTE is happening, the one thing you are going to do this weekend or this week? What is that thing that you're going to do here at the expo?
So for me personally, it is definitely to be Thursday night doing the Jerusalem dance, which I've been practicing for a couple of weeks. I'm first to say I'm still not getting it right, but at least I know how it works. So definitely Thursday night will be a highlight for me, and being there and being part of the crowd to dance to a song that has really been a symbol of hope in this part of the world.
Exactly. No, Albe, I'm with you. My voet raak dom met die Jerusalem
Ek
challenge.
het gesien, ja.
Now, before we say goodbye to Mr. Albe Botha, big boss here at Namibia Media Holdings, we have 10 questions for him. 10 quick questions. Okay, first one. Kersfees of Nuwejaars?
Nuwe jaar,
Langbroek of kortbroek?
kortbroek,
Kus of binneland?
binneland,
Favorite Namibiese ding?
biltong.
Gunsteling acteur?
Roger Moore.
Ja, sê. Eerste ding wat jy doen wanneer jy wakker word?
Maak koffie,
TV of koerante?
koerante,
Ja, sê. Braai of potjie?
braai.
Guilty pleasure song?
It's I can't remember the lyrics, but now I got it's a hard rock song, but I forgot the lyrics.
Okay, that's hard rock, I say. And then finally, Ford of Toyota?
Dis 'n baie onregverdige vraag, maar kom ek antwoord so ek ry Toyota.
That's it. Now there we have it, CEO of Namibia Media Holdings, Mr. Albe Botha. Thank you so much for joining us on Erongo Talk.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed the interview. Thank you.
And now it's time for your weather and tides. For tides, we're at high tide this morning at 7 minutes past 5. Low tide will be at 10 minutes to 11. High tide will be again at 10 minutes past 5. And then low tide will be at 11 minutes past 11 this tonight. Now your best fishing time, that is for Warfish Bay or along the coast, is 3:30 to 4:30. Now for your temperatures, Warfish Bay, sunrise was this morning at a 6:15. Sunset will be at 17 minutes past 7. Now this is more or less your sunrise and sunset times for all the major towns in the Erongo region. Now a maximum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius is expected for today with a southwesterly wind of 13 kilometers per hour. Then for tomorrow, a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. For Swakopmund, maximum for today, 17 degrees Celsius with a west-southwesterly wind of 13 kilometers per hour. For tomorrow, a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius. For Antis Bay, maximum for today, 18 degrees Celsius with a southerly wind of 13 kilometers per hour. For tomorrow, a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius. For Arandis, maximum for today, 26 degrees Celsius with a west-southwesterly wind with an 11 kilometer per hour wind. And then for tomorrow, a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius. Then for Usakos, maximum for today, 32 degrees Celsius with a southwesterly wind of 13 kilometers per hour. Then a minimum of 9 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. For Karibab, maximum temperature for today 31 degrees Celsius with a west-northwesterly wind of 15 kilometers per hour. And then for tomorrow, a minimum of 9 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. And then finally, last but not least, for Omaruru, maximum temperature for today is 32 degrees Celsius with a west-northwesterly wind of 15 kilometers per hour. And then for tomorrow, a minimum of 9 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius. Now that's your weather and tides for today and tomorrow for all the towns in the Erongo region, and I must say it's quite hot here at the Namibian Tourism Expo. Now that's it for today's episode of Erongo Talk, all the way here from the SKV Sports Grounds where the Namibian Tourism Expo is happening from today until Saturday. You can go check out our website at www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na for all the latest news that's happening in the Erongo region. Like I said, it doesn't mean because the Erongo Talk team is here, we don't know what's happening on the other side. So follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram for all the latest happenings here at the Expo and in the region. Or let us know what's happening in your community or your town at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. Now, since we find ourselves at the Expo, you can check out all our platforms, what's happening around here. There's going to be some liquor entertainment. Another thing happening later in this month is our holiday supplement. So if you want to advertise in the holiday supplement, which is going to come in some fancy magazine and in the newspaper, you need to get in contact with us today at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. Now I'm going to enjoy the expo here for the rest of the day. The rest of the team is going to join you tomorrow. So until 12 o'clock tomorrow, bye!